The call came just past midnight. Her voice trembled. "Mom's sick. I need to go home for a few days." I said I understood. Of course I did. Family comes first. But something in her tone didn't match the words. It wasn't sadness. It was rehearsed, too clean. I hung up and stared at the ceiling for an hour. The silence felt heavy, unnatural. Her toothbrush was missing. So was her favorite black dress. By morning, I told myself I was paranoid. By evening, I knew I wasn't. Her mother's social media had a post, a photo from the garden that same morning, smiling, healthy, very much alive. My wife wasn't at her mother's. She was somewhere else. I packed a small bag, keys, wallet, quiet rage folded neatly inside. I drove. She'd said she was in Mapleview, 3 hours away. But her location, shared automatically through our cloud account, told a different story. Redmont City, 30 minutes from me, a hotel. I parked across the street and watched through the windshield. People came and went, faces blending into the night, laughter slipping through glass doors. I waited. At 9:47 p.m., I walked in. The clerk looked up, polite smile, uniform pressed too tight. "Hi," I said. "I'm looking for my wife, Anna. She checked in earlier, I think." He typed, eyes flicking between me and the screen. "Room 214. The words hit like a slow knife. My mouth said thank you. My hand reached for the keycard. My heart went completely still. On the elevator, I could hear the hum of the machinery. It was steady, mechanical, the opposite of what I felt. Every floor brought me closer to an answer I already knew but didn't want to face. I didn't open the door right away. I stood there, breathing through the cracks in my chest. The room was dim when I finally pushed it open. Just enough light from the bedside lamp to reveal the truth. Her clothes, scattered. His shoes by the bed. Her laugh, soft, careless, cut through the silence from behind the bathroom door. A man's voice answered. I stepped back into the hallway before they saw me. My hands didn't shake, not once. I closed the door quietly, walked to my car, and sat there in the dark for a long time. Then I began the process. I checked her phone records. Hotel charges under her name appeared twice before, same location. I traced receipts, mileage, cash withdrawals. Every pattern pointed here. To him. I didn't confront. I calculated. 2 days later, I left an envelope at the hotel desk with my name on it, to be opened on Thursday. Inside was a photo, her in that same room with him. A timestamp. A message for when the truth checks out. I wanted her to feel the same sinking dread I did, the waiting, the quiet countdown to exposure. Thursday arrived. She came home that evening, pretending nothing had happened. Dinner was on the table. Her perfume lingered like a confession. "Mom's better," she said, smiling. I nodded. "Good." I slid the hotel receipt across the table. "Room 214, I said, calm, detached. Her face drained of color. The silence between us became a living thing. She tried to speak, words tumbling, trembling. "It's not what you think," but her voice cracked under its own weight. I watched her unravel, every twitch, every lie collapsing under the simplest truth. Then I handed her the second envelope, the one I'd mailed to myself from Redmont. Inside, the printed photos, the timestamp, the clerk's signed note confirming her stay. She opened it. Her breath hitched. Her hands shook. I stayed silent. No shouting, no tears. Just the sound of something breaking inside her. The sound of realization. That she wasn't just caught. She was known, entirely. The next morning I left before she woke. I met him at the same hotel, same room. He didn't expect me. He opened the door half-dressed, confusion spreading fast. "I'm her husband," I said quietly. He froze. No threats, no violence, just a calm hand placing a copy of the photos on the table beside him. She'll tell you I didn't know, I said. But I did, the whole time. I looked around the room once more, the bed still unmade, the ghost of their laughter still floating in the air. Then I walked out. By the time she got home that night, my belongings were gone. No note, no explanation. Just absence, my final word. The next day her messages came in waves. Apologies, tears, voice notes full of shaking breath. I didn't answer any of them. I never would. It's been 3 weeks. I sleep better now, not because I've forgotten, but because I finally stopped caring. People say betrayal destroys you. It doesn't. It strips you down until all that's left is truth. I see her sometimes in my mind, sitting in that room, realizing too late that I was never the fool, that I walked away before the fire reached me. Love didn't die. It was murdered. But I buried it quietly, without flowers, without ceremony, and in that silence, I found peace sharper than revenge. Final line, I left my soul in room 214. What came back was colder, but finally mine.